The Built Ford Tough Player of the Year Award celebrates the top high school football athletes in Texas across classifications from all the way to the top in 6A, all the way down to 2A in eligible private schools. Each week during the season, one standout is named the Built Ford Tough Player of the Week, of course, leading up to the very prestigious Player of the Year honors in each classification. My name is Mallory Hartley, and I am the coordinating producer of recruiting here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football. And sitting alongside me is the director of recruiting at Dave Campbell's Texas Football. It's Greg Powers.
Howdy.
Howdy.
You ready to talk some ballers today?
We're going to talk some private school ballers today. How about that?
There's some interesting names on this list.
Yeah, there sure are. And there's some interesting players because these dudes can ball. But before we do that, if you're new here, welcome. We wanted to introduce ourselves. We are Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and we have held the authority in covering high school football in the state of Texas, dating back to when? 1960. So Powers, do we know ball?
We know ball. It's where legends begin.
It's where legends begin. 1960, we know ball. Remember the name. Well, today, like I said, our staff has put together the Built Ford Tough Private School Player of the Year watch list presented by your Texas Ford dealers. We've got some ballers on this list. But Powers, did you know that this is actually the 20th anniversary of the Built Ford Tough Player of the Week program?
This goes back all the way to when even I just started covering Texas high school football. I don't want to date myself, but there's been some really great names on this list over the years, including last year's private school winner, Sawyer Henderson.
All right, Powers, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let's head down to the Houston area to Legacy School of Sports Sciences, class of 2026 quarterback/athlete, no surprise here, Keisean Henderson. Like I said, no introduction necessary for this type of player. He's obviously the number one overall player in the state, according to the DCTX Hot 100 rankings. He's a Houston Cougars commit. Dude can really do it all, putting up video game numbers, 3,030 all-purpose yards and 32 touchdowns just in his junior season. Dude, all you got to do is turn on the tape like you're watching right now, and you can see why he is absolutely up for this award.
So fun to watch. Houston got a great athlete who's also a tremendous leader at the quarterback position. His numbers kind of speak for themselves. He's rated, as you said, number one overall in our Hot 100 for the 2026 cycle. But the thing that's been really jumping out to me as I've continued to cover him throughout his recruitment is the head on his shoulders. Mm-hmm. He wants to be a leader. He wants to be a standout for this Houston class. He wants to build something special for Willie Fritz at UH, and I love that about him. When I hear him speak about the future of the program and what he's trying to do there, it makes me excited. And I'm not even a Cougars fan, but I'm going to be a Keisean Henderson fan while he's at UH because he's been so genuine with me throughout the coverage of this athlete. So, I mean, I'm excited to see what he's going to do at UH, and I think that he has a good chance to win this award, and I guess that's why multiple people selected him.
Correct there. And just the way that he's able to pull this fan base in. I mean, I see what he's putting out there on Twitter, getting these players to buy into the Houston program. I mean, the guys that he's already kind of been able to pull in, like Jaden Warren, I would say, is one of them.
Paris Melvin
Jr. Yeah, I mean, he's been able to grab these players from all around the state and saying, hey, come play at Houston. I promise if you want to play here, like, we're going to do something special.
Well, I definitely spoke with Aiden Starling, a class of 2027 commitment from Shadow Creek who's blown up, and he said, you know, one of the reasons why he committed to UH is that he wants to help build something special with Keisean Henderson. I don't want to discount the job that the UH coaching staff has done there. Tremendous job recruiting. They've landed a lot of top prospects, but having a player on the commitment list like Keisean Henderson is another selling point that is so unique. You know, there's not a lot of programs. Well, really, there's no other program that can boast that they have the number one prospect in the state because there can be only one.
Let's bounce back up to the DFW area and talk about Plano Prestonwood 2026 athlete Matthew McLean, and his stats, they'll speak for themselves. I'll let you read those because he went nuclear last season.
The 6'1", 195-pounder, I'm going to call him an athlete because I think he can play on either side of the ball at the next level, was mainly an offensive force last year with 59 catches for 1,482 yards and 17 touchdowns. And he's a threat to score from anywhere on the field, which was evidenced by his 25.1 yards per catch. Anytime they put the ball in the air, at least a 25-yard gain when the ball was going Matthew McLean's way. So truly a game changer at the wide receiver position. I just think that he could do a little bit of everything. But PCA also returns quarterback Luke Glass, so that's a good 1-2 combo. They should have one of the best offenses in TAPS, and McLean's going to be so fun to watch.
Well, we've got 2 more players on the list, but one more school to talk about.
There you go.
Because both of these players come from the same school, Argyle Liberty Christian. 2026 quarterback Quinn Murphy, the first player we're going to talk about here. Absolutely insane numbers that he was able to put up last year. Obviously a Baylor commit that adds to an already crazy 2026 class that Baylor's been able to put together. He's going to be the key for this offense next year.
Yeah, no doubt about it, because they graduated some really good offensive weapons. It's nice to be able to have Quinn Murphy coming back if you're an Argyle Liberty Christian fan, because he brings such a steady demeanor to the QB position. And I don't say that from the way or the style that he plays, because he plays an exciting brand of ball. He likes to press to action. He does really well getting outside the pocket and making things happen. I think Baylor got a really good quarterback who has a high developmental ceiling, because he has a quick release and he's pretty accurate. When I watched him throw at the Elite 11 Regional, I was pretty impressed with the way that his ball kind of cut through the wind. It was a very windy day out there, and some of the quarterbacks just didn't have the arm strength to be able to make some of the throws that they were asking of them. Well, Quinn Murphy actually, it seemed like his ball just cut. You know what I mean? Like, it just seemed like his ball had razor blades on the side of it. So he was able to spin it really consistently. And that also helped him pass for 3,055 yards and 43 TDs versus only three interceptions last season.
That's a pretty good
That's what
ratio.
makes him special. So I think Quinn Murphy, if you're looking at QBs, Quinn Murphy's one of those guys that has a good chance of taking home the hardware this year.
And of course, we've got him in our top 10 quarterback rankings
for sure
in the state of Texas in the class of 2026. So that should speak for itself right there and then. Okay, well, finally, rounding out this list, we'll stay at Argyle Liberty Christian, but we'll flip onto the other side of the ball and talk about class of 2027 linebacker / athlete.
I don't know what to call him anymore.
He does everything. Cooper Witten, of course, the son of former Dallas Cowboy Jason Witten, or the son of the head coach at Argyle Liberty Christian, Jason Witten. Obviously, athletics runs in the family.
No doubt about it. Cooper has developed into a must-see attraction. We got a glimpse of that evolution at the state 7-on-7, where he kind of did what you said. He did a little bit of everything: safety, linebacker, running back, wide receiver. Such a great athlete. He pulled in a couple of passes as a receiver that just left my jaw hanging, and he really passes the eyeball test, right? He's big, strong, athletic, just like his old man. He secured DCTX all 7-on-7 honors, and really, it's easy to see why he's collected over 24 scholarship offers, including schools like Texas, Texas A&M, Alabama, LSU, Ohio State, et cetera, et cetera. Every major program in the country is going to be trying to get him secured.
And he's got only 2 years to go.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I'm curious to see, can Tennessee reel him in where his dad played? I bet that was a big offer for him. As a matter of fact, I think he got Texas A&M and Tennessee on the same day, if I'm not mistaken. At least in the same week. If it wasn't the same day, it was the same week. Irregardless, all the top heavy hitters are chasing his signature.
It's a loaded private school list that the DCTX staff has been able to put together. But of course, at the end of the day, only one can win. Who will win the Built Ford Tough Private School Player of the Year, presented by your Texas Ford dealers?